I'm not sure where you're from, but I'm pretty sure all over the world at this moment, coffee is all about the brand name. If you're going to a coffee house, it plays a big role. People come and grind the coffee while you sit there, make it sniff. I have to say, unfortunately, I'm a dinosaur. I'm a monster. I just want the caffeine in my blood. But many people in my family, they want to know the name. What is the origin of this coffee? How did you roast it? Etc., etc. So brand name, coffee brand in South Africa, very important. And I think it's a good idea to throw this onto your website so that people understand your coffee isn't just off the rack coffee from the supermarket. Man, you did a lot to import this coffee. We bring in a new section at the bottom, click on section, and we are going to not add a section header like we did previously. We just drop it here below the social media, but still in a new section. And I want to jazz this one up a little bit with different sizing. So I went to the offset columns here for flex. I'm looking for 3 columns with 2 small ones on the side and a larger one in the middle. And this one here works for me. Let's have a look at how that looks. You can see very, very basic. Bring in a heading in the first one. I look for a heading. And this is a heading 2, which is correct. I want a heading 2, and I'll call this our partners. Is set to H2 by default, but I'll make design changes, which will override it, but I'm not going to save it as a preset. Why? Because it's a one-page website, and I'm only going to use this once. Heading text. Make sure it's aligned to the left. Heading text size, I'll put it on 24. And heading font style, I will not have it on uppercase. For the letter spacing, I'll put it on 0. And there I have it. That's all I'm going to do here. In the middle column, I'll bring in some text. Just say, these are the proud people that we work with. They work very hard to bring the coffee beans and make the prices crazy unaffordable at this moment. I'll just bring in a regular text element. And this one is already styled out. For now, I'll just add lorem ipsum. Select and paste my lorem ipsum. The last column, I'll add a button. But instead of a button, I'm just looking for link. I don't want to add a button, but I want it to link button. Same module, just one has a background and the other one doesn't. Change out the text link. I'll go to the options under content here in the right panel, and I'll say view more. And this will take them to a page maybe with the brands on. I want to add an icon, select your icon, and this kind of up arrow to the right, this one here. Things get a little bit wonky here, but we're going to fix that in the next panel with design and layout. At this moment, the icon is on the left and I want it on the right. Maybe there is somewhere else I can switch that. I wasn't able to find that. So what you do in layout is you just tell the direction to reverse it as such. Close this, we go to the icon, we pick the color as right, the icon size, bring it down to 24, just like that. Now you can see that the icon is here with its own settings, and I want to add spacing between view more and the icon. I'll do that with a margin. Open the spacing and then the margin on the left, just a tad, 8 pixels. That's it. And then what you do, go to content and you add the link here. Bring in your URL or whichever page you are redirecting them to. We have this row with 3 columns. I want to put a divider below this. And this is kind of the mistake I made here. I clicked at the bottom and brought in a new section with columns with a row. And every time you do that, it will create a new section. To avoid creating a new section, you hover over the column, the green one, and click on add new row or row. And I'll bring in an equal column. And inside that, I'll put in a divider. The divider comes in exactly how I would like it. Just remember, if it does disappear at some point, just come and set the width to 100% and then it will be there again. And that's what I want. Below this, I want to add the logos of my brand. There are 5 of them. I want to put them in one column, and that means I have to bring in another row. Every time you have that structure, it's called a new row. Click on the plus and over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 under equal columns. Let's have a look. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this instance, I'll bring in an image in the first column and then select the image. From my assets, I'll bring in my brand images that I'll be using. Select the first one and drop it in. Let's have a look first at how this is going to look on the others. And this is what we expected because this is what Divi does, right? It makes them look like this. On the tablet, makes 2 columns, and on a mobile device, it's going to be 1. But we can also see we're going to have things like center alignment. Let's try and fix this from the get-go. Select the image and we go to column, and under design layout, make sure you put it to center alignment. Let's make sure it's center aligned. This shouldn't be an issue. And here I still think, okay, what I remember in Divi, select the image. There's an alignment option. Yeah, there it is. Under your layout, you'll find the alignment, and that's where you set it to center. If I'm not mistaken, let's see now. It's still not centered. Let's duplicate this quickly so we can see how it's going to look on the other devices. Select the row where your elements will show you all 5 columns. I'll delete these 4 and then I'll duplicate them. Let's go to tablet. Yeah, we're going to fix this. We also want this at 5. And I'm not sure what we're going to be doing on the mobile device. Let's see what we can wangle there. This is a typical design, the old designs for desktop where you have these uneven columns. Mobile devices, if you want them next to each other, you'll have to stack them, but then maybe this is just too much to be stacked, right? Let's first go to our tablet device and see if we can bring them all next to each other. Select the column. We did what we did previously. We go to sizing, and this time we'll put it on 1/5. The same for the next column. Also put it on 1. Oh no, I don't have to do that. What I can do is just go back here, right? And then go to my row. Content, elements, delete, and duplicate. It's a little bit of a drag, I'd say. Yep, but now they are nicely spaced. And what about our mobile device? I'm still not sure about the mobile device. I'm in 2 worlds about that. Let's make a few changes here to our row settings. I'll select the row first, and I'll go to design and layout, and here where it says horizontal gap, first I'll type in 0 to reduce the space between the columns and let these grow a little bit, make them look bigger. Go to tablet. On tablet is fine. Let's just see about the row settings. I'll select the row, and the horizontal gap is also set to 0, which is good. Let's see what we can do with the phone. If we make the first column, I'll select the first column, and I'm going to play around now. I have no guarantee it's going to work. I'll put the first one on half. And this one I have to do each one, and the second column on half. Then the third one, I'll put on a third. Second one on the third. Oh, those clients are not going to be happy about that one. Why am I in the last row and why am I so small? Yeah. Again, that uneven is a difficult horse. What you can do then instead is keep them all on halves. And the last one you're going to center align, or you're going to hide it. But you can't hide a client or a brand that you work with, right? Or what we can see is, what if I put it on full width at 100%? This one is strange. For some reason, I cannot get this thing to center align. I've tried everything. I'll start here with the image alignment to the center, and it doesn't align to the center. Then next, I'll move up to the column, layout, and I'll put it here and put it center. It also doesn't center align. Anything I've tried, it doesn't center align. And then when you go to the row, you can put it on center align. It just stays there on the left. Save, we can go view it on the front end just to make sure. Preview on the front end. That's okay. Function key F12. Let's scroll down. Oh, so it can center align. This one is strange, right? It doesn't show like it is center here within the Divi builder, but on the front end, it is center aligned. So you have a few options on how you can do this. My recommendation is that you try and keep it to equal columns. This is just how things work much better the moment you drop down to mobile. Go to desktop, we change out the images, select the first image, content, image, select. Next image. What did I just do? Oh yeah, I did choose the right one. This one. And the last one. Good. We set up our brand little section here. We can give it a little bit more padding at the top and the bottom. Select the section, blue box, go to design, spacing. I don't think we want to go 100 here. Let's try 75 pixels and link them top and bottom. Gives at least that little bit of extra space for us.